Advent A to Z. We're going to combine the letters E and F today, Elijah and Forerunner. This is a painting of St. John the Baptist. And when John appeared in the desert outside of Jerusalem, people took notice. This is why thousands of people went out to see John, because he was the one they were waiting for. They were waiting for John for 430 years. But we have to go back to understand this anticipation that they had. When they saw John, they said, the Messiah is about to be here. And we go back 430 years to the last prophet, Malachi. Malachi says, the Lord will send a messenger before him who will prepare the way. The Lord will send Elijah, clothed in camel hair with a leather belt around his waist. When that prophecy was spoken, people didn't really understand or know what to make of it. Was Elijah going to come back from the dead? Well, we start to see John in the desert, and St. Mark describes him this way. John was clothed with camel's hair, with a leather belt around his waist. So John is essentially a carbon copy of the appearance of Elijah. And the people of Israel knew the messenger, the forerunner, is here. The Messiah is coming. But for 430 years, they were waiting. So this was a huge deal. I mean, just for us to place ourselves in that kind of anticipation, which is what John draws us into during Advent. Imagine if Pope Francis tomorrow, he closed the doors of the Vatican. Says, we're closed for business. The next time you see a pope, you're going to know that the second coming of Christ is here. So we would be waiting with anticipation and yearning. When are those doors going to open? Well, we wait and wait and wait for 430 years. And the doors of the Vatican open. And there is a man standing dressed in the white papal garments. And we would say, the second coming of Christ is here. It's time to be ready. Well, this is what John draws us into during Advent. He calls us to prepare the way. And when a king would go visit distant lands, they would send a messenger, an emissary before them, and they would literally prepare the way. They would clear the ground and clear the rubble and make sure the path was smooth so that the people could receive the king. Well, during Advent, this is what we're called to do. We're called to prepare the way of our heart. St. John the Baptist draws us into this, to clear out any rubble, to clear out any distractions, so that we can have a path that is smooth, one that we can welcome Christ the King at Christmas. God bless you. We're going to talk about Gabriel and the angels tomorrow.